This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. This segment of the news is brought to you by Silver State Health, bringing quality medical and psychiatric care to Pahrump. Call 775-505-1214 for an appointment.
Thanks for tuning in to News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry, and we're so glad you joined us here at KPVM on TV, Facebook, and YouTube.
Well, one person who was arrested just recently for riding his horse in the roadway was struck by traffic last night. This time, 2 animals were lost. A horse and rider and dog were struck by 2 vehicles last night on Barney Street near Dana. According to reports, the horse and rider were in the middle of the roadway when both vehicles struck the animals. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived on scene. We spoke to Fire Chief Scott Lewis this afternoon about the incident.
Late Monday evening, we were dispatched for a report of a pedestrian motor vehicle accident. More specifically, the initial assignment was for a vehicle accident in which a horse, a dog, and a person were possibly struck by at least one, possibly 2 cars. So as we arrived on location, we found a very dynamic scene. We found an apparent instant killing of the dog, and there was a horse that was still alive but had sustained some serious injuries. There was a rider with the horse who was indicating that they weren't injured at first, but later toward the end of the assignment indicated they had a hand injury in which we treated. So fire department stood by. We completed a scene size-up risk assessment, determined there were no additional scene hazards. We remained on location for any potential injuries that might arise from the injured horse. The local veterinarian arrived and euthanized the animal on scene, and all incidents were taken care of without further incident or further injury.
You may remember the rider of this horse, Mark Lee, who was arrested in August of this year for recklessly riding his horse on a public street and obstructing a public officer. According to the declaration of arrest, Lee was riding in the area of Charleston Park and David in the middle of the roadway. There were reports that other vehicles had almost struck him. When police attempted to make contact with Lee on the horse in the evening hours, he told officers that he was not going to stop and speak with them. Instead, he advised that his horse had the right-of-way, and he refused to stop. At that time, police say that he rode his horse off into the desert. He was later arrested. Both the horse and dog died as a result of this crash. One vehicle sustained major damage, the other vehicle moderate damage. Veterinarian Dr. Hadlin humanely euthanized the horse.
And police are investigating a shooting that took place today at one location in Pahrump and ended up at another residence across town.
So the initial assignment for us today was for a report of a gunshot wound on West Mesquite. As crews arrived on location, and the Nye County Sheriff's Office indicated the people involved in the incident were no longer on scene, although there was a probability that someone had been shot. So fire and EMS cleared without incident. About an hour later, we were dispatched to a separate address on Highway in Pahrump for a gunshot wound. We found a patient on location who had sustained, obviously, a gunshot wound, and so we treated and transported them to Mercier, and they were subsequently flown to trauma. They were shot in the lower part of the body.
And the Nye County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man for an alleged burglary.
On November 4th, Nye County Sheriff's Office responded for a call for a reported prowler. At that time, the reporting person advised that their home had been burglarized in June and several items were taken, including 10 firearms. The reporting person said that they had video footage of the male that was on the property. In the footage provided to deputies was a male, late teens to early 20s, wearing a hoodie, black gym pants with white stripes, and he was wearing headphones. This individual's hood was up in an attempt to disguise his appearance. The male was later identified through the video footage as Donovan Marsh. The homeowner was able to provide makes and models of some of the firearms that had been taken, but was unable to provide the serial numbers. The reporting person also said that a coin collection worth approximately $3,500 was stolen, along with 2 gold chains, one with a 2-sided medallion worth approximately $1,000. On July 10th, detectives of the Street Crimes, Gangs, and Narcotic Unit of the Nye County Sheriff's Department served a search warrant at Marsh's residence in reference to the stolen firearms. Marsh had posted a Snapchat video of alleged stolen guns from an unrelated case. During the search warrant, there was a total of 5 guns located in the residence. 2 of them were stolen in an unrelated case. On November 16th, a search warrant was obtained from Marsh's residence. He was read his Miranda rights and he denied any involvement. During the execution of the search warrant, deputies allegedly located the clothing that was seen on the subject in the burglary video in Marsh's room. Marsh was arrested for 1 count of burglary and 10 counts of grand larceny of a gun.
All right, don't grab that remote. The latest financial news and all the latest happenings in and around Washington, D.C. when News 25 returns.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, President-elect Biden is revealing information about his cabinet, and GM is steering away from a legal effort that would end California's ability to set its own clean air standards. Here's more from the business world.
Here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, former Fed Chair Janet Yellen could become the next Treasury Secretary. President-elect Biden will reveal information about his cabinet today, and according to the Wall Street Journal, Yellen is his pick to lead the Department of Treasury. Yellen is viewed as a safe choice and likely to gain support of both Republicans and Democrats. She became the first female to chair the Fed back in 2014. Her tenure included improvements in the jobs market and low interest rates. General Motors is steering away from the Trump administration's legal effort to end California's ability to set its own clean air standards. CEO Mary Barra tells the environmental groups that GM will pull out of the Trump administration's lawsuit. She urges other automakers to follow GM's lead. GM is spending billions to bulk up its electric vehicle fleet.
To find out where you can see us every day, go to businessfirstam.com.
Well, Nye County has issued an order that all county offices will be closed to the public foot traffic through the end of the year. You can access help during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, by telephone. This includes the justice and district courts, in which hearings will be conducted virtually.
And during the past 2 days, there have been 56 new COVID-19 positive cases reported and confirmed. That's 50 here in Pahrump, 4 in Tonopah, 1 in Smoky Valley, and 1 in Manhattan, Nevada. There was also 1 death in Tonopah reported on Monday. Drive-up testing this week is tomorrow morning, Wednesday, 6 a.m. until 9 a.m., and there is no testing this Friday due to the Thanksgiving holiday. Testing location that you need to know about is Serenity Health at 2280 East Calvada Boulevard, Suite 301.
And the community Christmas tree lighting will be virtual this year. It'll be held this Saturday at 6 p.m. You can go to vea.coop to see that this Saturday, 6 p.m., vea.coop.
And stay tuned. We have much more local news ahead for you right here on News 25.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Canyon Ridge Periodontics. Give them a call at 702-966-0302.
Well, tomorrow is Thanksgiving Eve, and the night before the holiday is a popular time to indulge in a holiday beverage or two. But if you overdo it, you might feel less than festive come Turkey Day. Dr. Dan Allen of Cleveland Clinic says that the bad news is there's no real cure for a hangover, and only one surefire way to avoid one.
Obviously not drinking too much, trying to stay hydrated, knowing your limits, and being sensible with how much you have is the only way to prevent a hangover. There's no way to prevent it if you drink too much.
The only thing that can truly cure a hangover is time. But you can help things along by abiding by healthier habits the very next day. Dr. Allen suggests hydrating, eating well, and resting. Some people may feel sluggish the day after they've indulged too much alcohol. But be careful to avoid using energy drinks, which are loaded with caffeine. Caffeine is a diuretic and will remove water from your body. However, when you're recovering from a hangover, you need to stay hydrated.
I would probably just stick with old-fashioned water and a healthy diet. I wouldn't recommend any other energy drinks or any other products like that purport to help you. They don't.
Dr. Allen cautions against taking acetaminophen to prevent an alcohol-induced headache. Pairing acetaminophen with alcohol has been shown to place excess stress on the liver and can be especially dangerous for people who are at an increased risk for liver damage.
All right, well, let's go to Josh with today's Great Computer Deals Tech Tip.
Hi, it's Josh with Pahrump Zone Great Computer Deals. Let's get right into it. It's time for another quick tutorial. How do I know it's time to buy a new computer? Well, here's one sign. You're currently running either Windows XP, Vista, or 7. Most of these older versions of Windows have already reached end of life and are now virtually impossible to use with modern internet technology. Since it will cost some money to purchase and have installed the latest version of Windows, why not just take that money and invest it in a new computer already running the updated software? Computer shopping can be really tough. Do I go new or used? What specs are worth the money and what's just hype? Come down and see our store and talk to somebody that has your best interests at heart. Why trust a technician when you can trust a friend? Great Computer Deals is located at 1190 East Highway 372. Call us at 775-990-8833.
Thanks, Josh. Now here's Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society, who's introducing us to a scrappy kitten who wants to spend the holidays with you.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Pat Lemming from Never Forgotten Animal Society, and I'm here today to introduce you to Scrappy. Scrappy is a neutered male. He's approximately 2 years and 3 months old. He is the biggest love. He is very, very personable. He is very loving. He always wants to be your best friend, and he wants to be in your lap all the time. And he has such a great personality that he'll make any home a wonderful home just by his personality alone. He does weigh quite a bit. He is a big boy, and all he's looking for is a wonderful lap to sit on and spend the rest of his life. His adoption fee is $85 for any of our cats at the shelter. It's $85. That includes his neuter, his microchip, all of his shots, and his rabies. Our dogs are $225 a piece, and that includes also their spay, neuter, microchip, rabies, and all their vaccinations. So stop on by. We're open every day from Monday through Saturday from 10 o'clock until 6 o'clock every day, and you're always welcome. We are located at 520 East Street in Suite C as in Charlie, right behind Wells Fargo Bank on the corner of East Street and Wilson Street in Pahrump. Our phone number is area code 775-537-8674. We look forward to you coming in.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Hi, it's John Kohler from KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. In fact, I'm standing in the studio, and this is the WeatherCam behind me. This is the view from right outside. I mean, you can see like dirt and stuff on it. Look at the dirt. Look at the dirt. See that? That just blew on from yesterday. But look at the rest of it. Sans dirt. Is this not just a perfect western canvas? Look at that sky, my God, and the desert, so desolate, so beautiful. Those mountains, very, 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 very nice. Love living here, and I hope you do too. Just one more reason to give thanks on a Thanksgiving weekend. We'll come back with the weather and tell you all what you can expect for your holiday weekend when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Tuesday weather report. Woohoo! Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Dang, I'm fired up. Check it out in Fernley. 55 degrees your high today. 30 for a low. Out in Fallon, 51 degrees was as good as it gets. And then it gets down to 25 degrees tonight. Woof! Carson City, you're all the way up to 55, 34 for a low. Out in Tonopah, you're looking at 45 degrees for a high today, 19 as we approach the hour of night and in morning tomorrow. Goldfield, you're looking at 46 and 21. Beatty, 59 and 31. Amargosa, hey, now we're getting interesting. 61 degrees, that seems downright pleasant. You might win the prize this week. And 33 for a low. Out in Las Vegas, 63. Is that all you got for me, Vegas? 63 degrees? All right. 63 and make it hurt. We got 40 for a low tonight. Out in Death Valley, 75 was your high mark and 45 for a low. Here in the paradise of Pahrump, well, let's look at this. 57 degrees is your current temperature. We got all the way up to 62 degrees. Doesn't seem too bad for the high desert country, the kingdom of Nye. Southeasterly winds to 6 miles per hour. Doesn't seem too bad. 18% humidity. Gave us a little cloud cover, but nothing that was going to scare me. 6:30 a.m. The sun awoke and it went to bed at 4:30. So how about that? 38 degrees is where we're heading tonight into the low mark, and east winds to 5 miles per hour. A little bit of humidity, 30%. Nothing to it. Let's take a look at it. Head on into the week. Oh, it's going to get interesting. Look at this. The wind's kicking up a little bit tomorrow, and then it kicks up big time on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and the temperature drops down about 10 degrees. So we'll see about 56 degrees on Thanksgiving Day with 22 mile an hour bluster coming at you. It'll calm down Friday. The temperature will start heating up. We'll see some clouds on Monday, and then a return to some kind of more moderate weather as we head on into the week. But a big bluster fest on Thursday. A great day to sit around, eat turkey, go, yell at the TV, bet on some games. It's going to be fun. Hope your Thanksgiving is going to be great. Looking forward to it. And back to you, Nat and Deanna on the desk. There's your report.
Thanks so much, John. We want to remind everybody that the Thanksgiving, community Thanksgiving meal is going to be happening at Nye Communities Coalition again this year.
Wonderful.
It's a little bit different, though. So,
socially distance, wear your masks when you're not eating.
Exactly. They're going to be doing a drive-up or walk-up event, and that's going to start at 11 a.m. until 1:30. They are at 1020 East Wilson. And if you don't have a car, don't worry. You can walk up, and they are handing them out already prepackaged. They will have a little table there for people who might have to eat around the area, who might not have a place to go back to right away. And so anybody who's driving up, you just need to drive up with your being prepared of how many meals that you would like. And then the tables are just for people who might be homeless. So that will be at Nye Communities Coalition on Thanksgiving Day from 11 until 1:30, 1020 East Wilson, right there on the corner of Wilson and West Street. And then that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I know Unet's not going to be here on Thursday because guess what Thursday is?
Thanksgiving.
All right.
That's right.
So happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yes.
I know Unet wants to say that to you. And we'll be back here tomorrow night, though. So we'll see you then.
All right. And from all of us here at KPVM and A's Country Radio, we will see you next newscast, and enjoy your Turkey Day weekend. Don't overeat.
Good night.
Good night.